us in the pledge, if you will.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let's pray. Dear God, we thank you for the day, and we thank you for these individuals who are willing to serve us and meet the needs of our county. And we pray that we will always be mindful of the needs of others, and that we'll realize the benefits that you provide for us that we so often take for granted. Dear God, bless the meeting tonight. Bless the desires and passions we have to better this county. And as you do that, we'll give you all the praise and glory. We ask all this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would like to remind you guys to please put your phones on vibrate and also on airplane mode. I've got mine for sure. I've double checked it, so so that it won't interfere with our system. We got a new system we're dealing with tonight. At this time, I'd like to call this meeting to order and ask for to approve a resolution to approve the agenda with deletions, any additions or deletions.
Mr. Chairman, we need to amend the agenda to set the public hearing date for the Trade Schools Act to January 10th at 6 p.m.
Okay, let that be noted. We also have a deletion of Mr. Well, we don't have to take action on it, so we don't have to delete that off the agenda. No, I'll just delete County Road 161 off of Commissioner Williams. Anybody else have anything? I get a motion to accept this agenda.
Move we approve the agenda as amended.
Second.
Got a motion, Commissioner Williams, and a second, Commissioner Parnell. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We'll come down to public comments. I'd like to ask for your lenience tonight to do our House of Representative, Mr. Van Smith, would like to do a recognition of Mr. the late Curtis Smith. So, Mr. Van.
Well, before I begin with this, I certainly appreciate y'all giving us this venue to do this. With the passing of Mr. Curtis, it was a little short as far as time to get a resolution done, and so this gives, I think, a proper place for his family to be recognized. So I thank you for that. Second thing I want to do, Adrian Barrington, who is so helpful at the State Department, and when I have needs, she takes care of those things, and she also keeps me aware of the many people that need to be honored, whether it's in life or in death, and so I appreciate her work that she does. With your microphones, if I bring the family up, can I come over to this side and have it where I can present to the family?
I was going to tell you, if y'all want to line up in this and face that way, I've asked our news, Chilton County News, Clanton Advertiser guy, if he wants to take pictures, and y'all can line up facing that way if you want to, and you'll be on camera also, I believe.
Just come around here on the other side. Come on. Y'all. Okay. Well, it is an honor to present this, and if you'll bear with me as I read the many accomplishments. Thank y'all for standing. Celebrating the life of former Representative Curtis V. Smith. Whereas it is with profound sorrow that we note the death of former Representative Curtis V. Smith of Isabella, Alabama at the age of 89. And whereas his passing leaves a void in the lives of his loving family, his many friends, and the entire community where he was highly regarded. And whereas Mr. Smith was born on December the 18th, 1932 in Stanton, Alabama, to Messer L. Smith and Zula Smith, and whereas Mr. Smith was a graduate of Maplesville High School and Auburn University, and he served in the United States Air Force and the Air Force Reserve. He began his career at Isabella High School as an ag teacher, and later becoming principal of the school Furthermore, he served at the vocational school as the supervisor and then as the director of career and technical school. He continued to serve in education as an elected member of the Chilton County Board of Education. His career in education spanned a total of 50 years. His other achievements included serving 20 years in the state legislature as a representative under 5 governors and being an active member of Mulberry Baptist Church, where he enjoyed serving as a deacon, choir member, trustee, member of the Gideons, and numerous other positions. And whereas Mr. Smith received many honors during his lifetime, including but not limited to being Citizen of the Year in Chilton County, having a scholarship named in his honor by the Alabama Cattlemen's Foundation, having the Isabella High School PE facility completed and named after him in 2019. He was also involved in various community and civic activities such as the United Way, Emergency Assistance Center, YMCA, Peach, American Heart Fund, Chamber of Commerce, Isabella Volunteer Fire Department. Whereas he was preceded in death by his brothers, Hudson Smith, M.G. Smith, Otis Smith, Alfred Smith, and Vernon Smith, and sister Dorothy Lenore, parents and guardians Taylor Smith. And whereas Mr. Smith is survived by his wife of 67 years, Mary Marjorie Alfred Smith, sons Greg and Denise Smith, Vince Smith and Andy Smith, and Pam, grandchildren Mason, Christopher, Landon, Brooke, Emily, Zach, Jordan, and Clint, and 24 great-grandchildren with the 25th grandchild on the way. And whereas, although his presence will be greatly missed, the memories of Mr. Smith's big heart, and I'll add big hands, he is, and his ready smile and his handshake will be cherished in the heart of all who knew and loved him. Now therefore, be it resolved that the death of the former Representative Curtis V. Smith is recorded with deep sadness, and with this resolution is offered in tribute of his life, along with the heartfelt sympathy to his family, whose grief we share, and we share by many. But that's signed from our State House. So the memory of Mr. Curtis, we've had opportunity to talk a little bit about this, and our paths were very similar. So I hope that at some point in time I'll be revered like he is. But congratulations to you guys.
Again, thank you, Representative Smith and the Smith family for being here tonight. And thank you for honoring a great guy in our community. We need more service like that, so
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
thank y'all guys. Okay. I need a motion that we approve the consent agenda, which includes the minutes, the claims, personnel hiring, Little Department hiring and advertisement, sheriff hiring and surplusing, the commission offers several contracts with the IT, legislative, the trade school, millage renewal, the grant conjunction with the city of Clanton, the MOU with the law house with the city of Clanton, and to pay the bills in the year, and the lights in the public safety building.
I make a motion we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Got a motion, Commissioner Kelly, and a second, Commissioner Williams. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, can we go to staff reports, Ms. Makisha Cleckley? Cleckley?
Yes, sir, this is the third meeting for the nominations for the Chilton Medical Center Property Board.
We have a nomination.
Yes, the Medical Center Board would like to nominate Mark McKinnon.
We have any more nominations?
Move nominations be closed.
Second.
Got a motion, Commissioner Williams, and a second, Commissioner Parnell. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor say aye.
I move we appoint Mark McKinnon to the Chilton Medical Center Property Board.
Second.
Got a motion, Commissioner Williams, and a second, Commissioner Mims. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And just a reminder that the Commissioner's breakfast is Friday at 8:30.
Okay. Come to commission reports, Commissioner Bone,
No, sir.
Commissioner Headley,
No, sir.
Commissioner Kelly,
No, sir.
Commissioner Mims,
Nothing.
Commissioner Parnell,
No, sir.
Commissioner Williams.
Yes, sir. I have a resolution here that I'll read. Chilton County Commission recognizes the community's desire for more access to our public meetings and work sessions. Therefore, be it resolved that this commission is desirous to fulfill that wish of the people and hereby declares that from this day forth, all work sessions shall be live streamed by the Chilton County Commission. And I put that in forth for motion.
We got a motion, Commissioner Williams. Do I have a second on the motion? Having none, motion fails.
The other thing is, some weeks back, Road Department sent a invoice to Norfolk Southern, and we're yet to hear anything from them other than a threatening phone call that I got from a woman at Norfolk Southern. And I think we need to have our attorney send them a letter requesting they pay the bill, and if they need pictures sent to them, I have the pictures showing the road being blocked, and to include in there any attorney fees.
This is a county road over on the west side of the county.
Yes, County Road, it'd take me too long to find that text.
We got a motion. Can I get a second with the option for
I'll
discussion?
second that.
Okay. Got a motion second, open the floor for discussion. So the way I understand it, they were fixing the railroad and they put their rock on our road
Rip
and
wrap,
blocked the road, rip wrap.
the big rock.
So, and it was denying access to housing that people that live on there, is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes, they had to, drive off into,
There's a picture.
Miss Atchison's yard to get around.
That's not the only way out.
Is it not?
No, there's two other ways out.
And
I'm
in,
not saying they should have put it there, but I'm saying that
I don't know the road.
The fact of the matter is, they filled in our road, and they told me that they accused me of trespassing. I wasn't there. Tony and them went down there, and there's another picture in here that there was more than adequate room between the ditch and the railroad's actual right-of-way to dump this rock. It was not one load. There was probably 8 or 10 loads dumped in the dirt road. This is just one of the pictures.
so that was a contractor done that, correct?
Contractor did it, and
Not the Southern Railroad, and that's probably what you're gonna find out.
Alan, didn't you tell us they threatened to arrest us for trespassing on their property?
no, they threatened to arrest me.
Well, we might need to have Roger dig a little further into that, because they have constitutional authority, and I don't know how far reaching it is. But I have been told that they have authority in certain areas greater than the state of Alabama.
They do, but they don't have the legal right to block a county road when the county road is not on their right-of-way. They
Well-
could if their right-of-way was on it, from what I understood from reading it. But there was plenty of, like I said, plenty of room between the ditch and their right of way.
Well, let me ask this question. The time that we're gonna pay Roger to deal with this, is it gonna cost as much or more than it cost us to move that
Yeah,
rock?
That's what,
Is this
Well, now, that's a legitimate
principal
point.
issue, or are we talking about truly getting our money back?
that was my question too, Joseph, and the question also is, if Southern, Norfolk Southern ordered this rock from a contractor, then the contractor dumped the rock near the railroad track, so it's really on the contractor to haul, not the Northern Southern, but again,
Technically, yeah.
we don't need to chase a dollar with a dime, or chase a dime with a dollar, you know what I mean?
Well, what if they do it again? You know, what if they do it again? And again?
Well, I understand your point, Mr. Williams, but,
And I understand the point
what
of
did it
not,
cost us to
not
get it
throwing
moved?
good money after bad
How much did-
also.
how
I
much did we-
understand that.
how much do we charge?
as you love me, I know, you like for me to make.
How much did it cost us, Mr. Williams, to get it moved?
I forget the total. I think it was in $20-something hundred for all the, and he didn't charge, you know, he didn't charge contractor price, what Jimmy and I would have charged if we'd have sent our equipment down there to do it. It was bare minimum charges for what he did. It should have been probably 3 or 4 times that amount.
Let me just.
Yes, sir.
Clarification. We can make the demand, as Mr. Williams has explained, but I do need y'all to understand, there is no method by which you could recover attorney fees in a fund such as this.
Right.
The only way you can recover attorney fees in Alabama is if it is by statute, if you've got a contract that allows you to recover it in the event of a claim, or if there is a federal statute that oversees it, like a Title VII claim, for example, that provide for prevailing parties to, get their attorney fees back. So I wouldn't want you to make that decision. I mean, you certainly could claim it, if we would ask for it, but you need to understand there's some limitations on your ability to do that in this situation.
Well, if we can't get your attorney fees back, it's not worth.
No, well, if
Going
anything,
through
we
it.
probably could ask Roger a similar letter, just to be acknowledged that we would like to, in the future, be aware of.
Don't dump rock.
Yeah,
down
just,
the road.
you know, just say, hey, please be aware of our county roads that our citizens live on.
There's gotta be a tremendous amount of liability involved in them doing that to begin with.
Right.
There's kids that ride on, you know, 3-wheelers and motorcycles, or 4-wheelers now, and motorcycles and bicycles and cars, and I would almost bet that Norfolk got a contract with a contractor who has full indemnification.
Sure they do.
Problem.
That's right.
Well, I guess one thing that really got me, besides the threatening phone call from this woman, who she didn't even give me time to say, hello, how are you, before she started jumping on me, was the fact that when Matt Epperson called them, when I got the call, and I called Matt and told him about it, could he check on it, he called Norfolk Southern Safety Department, and they told him they would have somebody down there immediately to move it.
Mr. Williams, you should have challenged her. I can't believe
She
you didn't
hung
back
up.
up.
Hey,
I can't believe you
that
backed up.
heifer hung up before I got the challenge.
No, but moving right along, I think I
I
don't think
called
we need to
the
take no
question.
action. Okay, all right,
161.
we're gonna, we're
We got a
not,
motion and a second. We got a vote on it.
okay, let's vote.
Unless you wanna rescind your motion.
We've already debated it.
All in favor of collecting money and, from the Norfolk Southern, say aye. Opposed?
No.
No,
Oh,
unanimous.
waste
All
of
right.
time.
Yes,
Get
it
the turkey
was.
fees, it's not worth
I
it.
just wished that I could get that woman's
That's
phone
all I
number.
got. Wish I recorded.
Moving down to me, I would like to ask for permission and your leniency and, to start getting quotes on identifying our vehicles, getting quotes for uniforms for our employees, identifying all our county vehicles and employees that are working out in the workforce to have, uniforms on to be identified, from you guys if that's possible.
I move we give the chairman authority to get
Except-
quotes.
I'm
Do
sorry,
we- do
with
we
the
have to do
exception of the
that?
sheriff's department.
Are we
Yeah, I was
gonna
gonna
get
do that.
quotes, or are we gonna put it out for bid, because that'll be over $15,000?
Do you think it will,
Yes,
on the uniform?
on the uniforms for sure.
All right, what would ask for bids, cause I don't think it's gonna be over 15,000 uniforms, but anyhow.
You know?
You told us
Signs
that's a
won't.
year.
Yeah, a
That's a
year.
year. It will be.
Yeah,
It will
and
be.
that's how the bid law works.
Yeah.
It's on a yearly
Okay,
contract.
so-
The signs
yeah.
won't be
Signs won't, but,
15,000.
so we need to get a resolution
You wanna do
to,
it in two or one?
You could get a quote on signs.
and a bid,
quote on uniforms, those are not necessarily related items.
okay.
Do we need a resolution to get quotes?
No.
You don't need a resolution to get a
Just
bid.
give me permission to do it. I'm just giving me
That's what I
permission
thought.
to pursue it. That's all I'm asking for.
I don't, if you want it in a resolution form, I'll put it there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll make a resolution that we allow our chairman to go out and seek bids on, uniforms for our county employees. And specifically, Jimmy, you're not talking about all county employees.
No.
You're talking about, road department employees.
All county employee vehicles, except, with the exception
no,
of the
uniform.
sheriff's department.
Uniform.
Uniform, that's right, uniform.
But you're not talking about all the courthouse
No,
people. You're
no.
talking about, are you talking about the revenue department?
No,
Road department.
if you work on the field, if you work in the field,
Well, what about the guys that are going out and doing assessments for the revenue?
they already have their, I've seen our guys got uniforms doing that, but yes, we would like to require that, cause
So
they,
this is the road department.
they need to be
really.
identified.
Okay, so I would tell you that I would like to do that, as a follow-up also, but I'll make a resolution first that we allow you to go out and seek bids on uniforms, and if you will, bring back to us some options for
Okay.
tops and bottoms, or
Okay.
those separately.
Okay,
I'll
Alright.
second that.
all right. Got a motion, Commissioner Parnell, and a second, Commissioner Williams. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor say aye.
Aye. Can I make a comment toward that?
Yes, sir.
So then something for y'all all to consider. If we decide to move forward with uniforms and we spend the money on it, then we need to put our teeth in it, in that we need to make a requirement for our employees to wear them.
That's right.
So they're of no use if they hang somewhere and they're not used, they're not identifying. So that's what I said with at a later date,
Right.
follow-up, to make it a departmental rule that if you're here, you gotta wear your uniform.
We should
I
have
think
made
we
an
should put
employee
that in,
handbook.
if we accept a quote or the bid on them, we need to make that part of the motion.
Okay.
Well, y'all remember that when that time comes, because if we're gonna pay for them and we're doing it specifically for the reason to identify our employees, they should be required to wear 'em.
Right. So, and I'm okay to get quotes on the signs and lettering.
You can do that without a
When we get to that point, being it's gonna be, probably 90% is gonna be the road workers.
Uh-huh.
I think you just need to see if a company will bring different types of clothes out
Right.
there and let them look at it, because some of that material, I wouldn't wear it.
That's
It's like
right.
it used
It'll
to be.
burn you up. That's right.
It's
It's
just not
scratchy to
comfortable,
death.
it's scratchy, and,
Right.
you know, let the workers look at it
Okay,
and see what,
Jimmy, I'd start with Steve and Jemison. They've got nice uniforms.
okay.
You gotta,
You can request in your bid for them to supply a sample product.
Okay.
y'all work
I would
together.
also, just keep in mind, this is not budgeted.
This is gonna become, we're gonna find this in the budget of the departments that already has it. We can define, I don't mean this in a bad, if we can define and scrape and find money for raises, we can find money to get these uniforms. I'll help them.
Y'all put a little bit of, well, there's work to go here. You gotta get bids, you gotta figure out what it's gonna cost, and then you gotta figure out well, really part of what it's gonna cost is how many employees and what it does to somebody's budget. And then a discussion with department heads, and then a discussion to fill the gaps. Well, we probably should have already done this, but if you send an employee on somebody's property and they're in an unmarked vehicle without a uniform on, that's a problem.
That's danger.
Tony's already got prices from last year or the year before, so that's a good place to start.
Okay. All right. Any further discussion on this? All right. I was contacted by Nick Bolton, the EMA director. The chief of Gap of the Mountain Fire Department asked that we allow station number 1 to use our propane tank at the storm shelter, tie into it, and them keep propane in it. So I've done some research, and we already allow them to do that in Station 2, and some other stations are doing it. So I just thought, just for future, if it's okay with you guys, get this in a resolution. If a fire department comes up to this situation where their tank ain't no good, and that's what this situation is now, they can tie into our, tank that's at the, storm shelter as long as they provide the propane for it.
So, Chairman, I'll make a resolution that we make a pathway for volunteer fire departments to make use of our infrastructure pertaining to propane tanks going forward as long as they supply the propane.
That's right.
A second.
Got a motion, Commissioner Parnell, and a second, Commissioner Bowman. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor say aye. One more thing. Again, I'm gonna challenge y'all, like I did during Thanksgiving. We do not have another meeting until January the 10th. I'm challenging y'all to spend time with your families. Excuse me, go ahead, Miss. Okay, to spend time with your families, make memories. I was sitting there, I've been studying a lot on, I read the obituaries a lot and look at people's faces. And
Studying the obituary.
really realize that there's a lot of people, guys, that, you would think is just not here anymore, and our time is valuable, but it's limited too. So take this time. This is a time of giving. This is not a time of receiving, but invest in someone, invest in yourself, and invest in your family.
Get your heart right and go.
That's right.
Move we adjourn.
I was gonna remind you that on the night y'all had talked about having the, dirt road reclamation
Uh-huh.
session.
Oh, yeah.
Are we still doing that?
Yes. That will be January is that right, the 7th? The 9th. Okay. All right. I got a motion, we adjourn?
You got it.
Second.
Got-
That's on Monday night.
Yeah, we got a meeting on Tuesday.
Maybe I'll be back by
Okay.
Monday night.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried. Y'all have a Merry Christmas.
I'll be in the Bahamas.